Hi, welcome to another Jen Stampin' for Fun Watch It Wednesday video. I just wanted to show you this card that we made in class on Monday, and I just love the bling on the heart on the background of this card. So I thought I would show you how we did it, just using a little trick with the heat and stick powder that Stampin' Up sells. So let's get started. I am going to use this Smoky Slate cardstock, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Just put it down on my mat here, and I'm going to use the Hearts and Stars decorative mask. I'm going to actually use the heart one, and I'll put it on top of the cardstock. So I can kind of pick and choose how many hearts I want or where I want to put it. Maybe I'll do it something like this. And I found a little trick was to use washi tape on the masks here so that it doesn't slip and slide as much. And then I'm using a Versamark ink pad. Mine's pretty grungy, so don't look too hard at that, but it's just a Versamark ink pad. And I am going to actually rub it on top of the mask, particularly trying to rub the ink onto the cardstock through the hearts. So I'll just kind of do that, rubbing it on top, aiming for the cardstock, and again, it's hard to see. Oh, my ink pad is like falling apart. Fantastic. But it's going to work just fine, probably from so much rubbing. The other way you could do this as well, which I didn't think of till after, was maybe use a sponge dauber, like a sponge, dip it in the ink pad, and then kind of rub it on that way. But anyway, I just did a direct-to-paper sort of thing and just rubbed the ink right onto the cardstock through the mask. Okay, so when we take it off, we should have our cardstock with some hearts on it. Can you see that there? Okay, it probably looks like I kind of missed the middle. But now we can't wait too long. We don't want that ink to dry. So what I'm going to do now is pour some of this heat and stick powder on top. And it's going to stick to this Versamark ink, because Versamark ink is a sticky ink. You could also use like our white, Whisper White pigment ink. That would work fine as well too. And then we'll just pour this back in. And the heat and stick powder sticks to the hearts. Can you see that there? Okay, it's not that beautiful yet, but it will become beautiful once we get the glitter on. So sometimes there's some confusion about heat and stick powder because it's on the same page in the catalog as the embossing powder. But to be very clear, heat and stick powder is not an embossing powder. It is actually an adhesive. As you can see, I'm trying to save my heat and stick powder so it lasts longer. I'm just funneling it back into the jar here. Okay, and put that back. Okay, so now we're done with the heat and stick powder. And what I'm going to do is use the heat gun. Now that I've poured the heat and stick powder on, I'm going to use the heat gun, and it's going to melt, like a chemical reaction is going to happen, and it's going to turn sticky. So here I go. On level 2 is what I want to do. Can you see how the powder melts? It changes color. There you go. You can kind of see the magic happening there with the different hearts. Okay. Sometimes it's good to use tweezers so you don't burn your hand. Okay. So that is not the end. Now that we've melted the heat and stick powder, what it's become is that it's become sticky. These hearts are all sticky. So what are we going to stick to it? Glitter, of course. So this is our fine silver Stampin' glitter, and it is very beautiful, as you can see. So we'll just pour it on, and then it will stick to the heat and stick powder that we melted. And that's how we get that super glittery background. Hopefully you have the idea here. So there's no way around it. When you do this technique, you will have glitter in your hair, on the floor, possibly on your clothes, but that's okay. Isn't it worth it to get that kind of amazing glittery background? I mean, a really special person deserves this card with all this glitter. Okay, so that's basically how I did the background, and then I cut out these pieces using the Sunshine Wishes Thinlits. I've cut them out, and then I can just glue them on, and that is how we get the final card. So I hope you now have learned a new way to use heat and stick powder and our beautiful fine glitter. It's so fine that that's how you get that really nice, it doesn't look chunky or messy, it's pretty amazing. Okay, so hopefully you learned something new. Hope you enjoyed this cute video. And if you need any heat and stick powder, glitter, or anything like that, make sure to head to my online store right here. You can just go to www.genevieve.stampinup.net and hit the Shop Now button. And I've also put the links in the YouTube video description. So feel free to contact me. Have a great day. Bye.